Every journey across borders begins with a quiet realization that the clock has finally started ticking. When you touch down in Israel, you are no longer a visitor, you are a citizen in transition. Most people think their first 7 days are for settling in, perhaps walking the beach or unpacking a few suitcases, but the reality is that these first 168 hours constitute a high stakes decision tree that determines the next several years of your life. This isn't about an orderly checklist from a guidebook. This is about a narrow window where three irreversible decisions stack on top of each other. If you ignore the sequence of these 7 days, you lose control of the narrative before it even begins. The first major pressure point involves the next generation. In this country, the window for school registration is notoriously thin. If you miss that deadline by even 2 days, your child can end up in educational limbo for months. This isn't just about finding a desk. It's about social integration and stability. While you are dealing with jet lag, the state is moving forward with or without you. Most new arrivals wait until they feel settled to look at schools. But the data shows that those who prioritize the municipal education office within the first 48 hours avoid the most significant source of family stress. Then there is the financial fortress. Landing without a local bank account means your world is effectively frozen. This is the structural payoff people often overlook. Without a local IBAN, your employer cannot process your salary, causing a delay that ripples through your first 3 months of residency. Opening an account requires a very specific sequence of documentation that many get wrong, leading to multiple wasted trips and weeks of frustration. When your income is at stake, the bureaucracy becomes a race against time. The final pillar of this intense week is the permanent anchor. Temporary accommodation feels like a safety net, but it actually creates a false sense of security. Signing a 12-month rental agreement while you are still exhausted from the move is a common error. You end up anchored to a neighborhood you don't truly understand. The cost of living varies wildly between districts, and making a choice under pressure can lead to a financial strain that lasts the duration of your lease. These 7 days represent a transition that over 19,000 people attempt every year, and yet the pattern of failure remains remarkably consistent. The public sees the move as a singular event, but the professionals see it as a sequence of architectural choices. To navigate this successfully, you have to move before you feel ready. You must understand that the first week isn't for resting. It is for securing your children's education, unlocking your financial life, and choosing the ground you will stand on. The key notes for your transition are simple but vital. Focus on the education registration immediately to avoid long-term delays. Secure your bank account within 72 hours to ensure your salary isn't blocked. Finally, vet your permanent housing while checking the municipal services of the neighborhood. This is the real priority sequence for a successful life in Israel.